Hi guys, it's Carl here. So, at the best of times, an estrangement is a process of constantly managing all these different uncertainties around the future and what's going to happen, and around the decisions that you've made, and or the decisions that other people made, and why has the estrangement happened, and that, again, that's quite natural. But because of the situation that we're facing at the moment, it seems to be triggering a crisis state in a lot of people, and it's adding an extra layer of pressure to reach out to family, to reconnect, maybe to reconcile. But it's also, but they're not really sure what to do. Is it the right thing to do? And there may be, under different circumstances, they may not have connected, but because of what's happening, they feel this extra pressure to do that. And in my last video, Estrangement and the Impact of the Coronavirus, I was talking about the importance of listening to our gut feeling. And whenever I have clients coming in and they say to me, Carl, I really feel like this is what I should do, I'll almost always say, yeah, you're right. You're the expert. You know your situation, you know your family better than anybody else, and you need to learn to trust that intuition. But I think sometimes we get confused between intuition and impulse, and there are two different things. And you look at even a normal family environment, we tend to adapt around it anyway, adapt to all the different personalities and all the different difficulties and challenges that we face. But depending on how stressful the home environment is, and how emotive and possibly how unhealthy it is, we may adapt even more than we probably would like to, and we start to adopt roles such as the peacekeeper role, which is probably the one I speak about the most. It's the one I see it's the most common. And this need to protect other people, this need to make the peace and to placate and sacrifice ourselves and our own views and our own feelings just to maintain some kind of emotional stability in the house. And the problem is that we identify with those roles so much, and they shape who we are, how we are with people, how we relate. And we end up losing touch with our intuition. We get so caught up in survival and orienting around family, and we lose touch with all these other resources that we have. And again, the biggest one and the most important resource we have is intuition. And the reason it's probably difficult, or we lose touch with it, is because maybe the intuition could be telling you to pull back and move away from family. And there's a price for doing that. There's a price that comes with estranging. It's incredibly painful. Even, and research tells us this, even if you choose the estrangement, it doesn't make the grief any easier. You're doing it for a reason, maybe to protect yourself. There's a whole range of reasons why people estrange, but nonetheless, the intuition, it's telling you something that you don't want to hear, and we lose touch with it, and that's a real tragic reality for a lot of people. And again, as I keep saying, it's a resource that we need to learn to use. But intuition is very important, even now, especially if there's already distance there and you're not quite sure what to do, because intuition there's a knowingness there, and it's not based on rational thinking, it's not logic, it's not even something that you need to think about, it's a feeling. It's telling you that, maybe it isn't safe for you to reconnect, or maybe it's telling you maybe it is okay to reconnect, but we have to learn to listen to it. Whereas impulse is going to prompt you to, it's a pressurized thing. You need to do this, you need to do that, or I have to do it now. That's not, I don't agree with that as a way of relating and a way to respond to situations. So maybe now, more than ever in your life, maybe you need to step back, turn off the news, turn off everything else, but go inwards, but become aware of all these internal cords that are pulling you in all these different directions. This family member and that family member, and this might happen and that might happen, and it's just cutting all those cords temporarily inwardly, and just listen to yourself and trying to center yourself a little bit. And it's been able to reconnect with that inner wisdom that's inside ourselves, and it does exist. We just don't listen to it, or we're afraid to listen to it. We're afraid of the consequences, and again, that's conditioning. We've been conditioned by fear and sometimes by very real consequences, and lose touch with our own reality and our own truth. Again, look, you know your family situation better than else. People are asking me what I should do, and I put it back. Well, what do you think you should do? And okay, why do you think that way? And what experience in your past has told you that this is the right thing to do? And the language that we use is very important as well. And I'm very curious to the language that people use to describe the situation. And again, I'll mirror that back to them, and that helps them see that themselves, that they know they're very in tune to what the right thing to do is. They're just afraid, or they're just, find it difficult. There's so many things, there's so many potential consequences. But again, you get to go inside in a much deeper, in a safer place, to realize that the right thing to do was the right thing to do for them. And again, maybe that means reconnecting, or maybe that means pulling back. And again, it's all about learning to rebuild trust in yourself and in that inner wisdom. And we lose trust in ourselves because of this situation. It's one of the things that's taken away from us with estrangement. Again, if you've chose the estrangement, did I make the right decision? Or did I go too far? Am I overreacting? And if you didn't make the decision, if it's an involuntary estrangement, what did I do? What could I have done differently? Do I need to apologize? Maybe I don't. Maybe I've done nothing wrong. And that's it. And it's been able to step back from all of that noise and all that clutter and all the different fears and thoughts and ideas, and center and ground ourselves and go back into that place where we know exactly what we need to do. That's it, guys. I hope everyone's okay. I know we're all still in lockdown. I hope no one's cracking up. I hope you're self-caring and maybe applying yourself a little bit more, and use the space, use the time as best you can. So that's it. I'll talk to you all very soon. Take care. Bye bye.